Welcome back to our channel, where we explore the power of faith, meditation, and positivity. Today, I want to share a beautiful lesson I learned from my grandma about finding answers and strength through meditation on Psalm chapter 121. My grandma had a special way of connecting with God. Every morning, she would sit by the window, looking out at the world God created, trees swaying, birds chirping, and the sun rising. She would take a deep breath, close her eyes, and recite Psalm chapter 121, letting its words wash over her like a gentle breeze. Psalm chapter 121 begins with, "I lift up my eyes to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going both now and forevermore." This powerful passage reminds us to seek our help from a higher power. Grandma taught us that when we look up, both physically and spiritually, we can find solace and strength in God's creations. As a family, we all memorized this psalm together. We would gather around the dinner table and recite it, our voices harmonizing in faith. This practice brought us closer, especially during challenging times. Grandma always emphasized that when we faced dangers, be it physical, emotional, or spiritual, reciting Psalm chapter 121 became our shield. I can personally attest to the power of believing in Psalm chapter 121 with the heart of a child. There have been moments in my life where I could have easily stumbled into dangerous situations. But because of the unwavering faith instilled in me by my grandma and our family traditions, I have felt God's protection surrounding me. The psalm continues with comforting verses that give us confidence. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. This assures us that God is always vigilant, always present. When we meditate on these words, we can feel an incredible sense of peace. Grandma would often say, "You see, my dear, it's not just about reciting the words, it's about believing them with every fiber of your being." She encouraged us to visualize God's watchful presence while meditating. As we looked out that window, we could see the beauty of His creation, reminding us of His promises. I can recount dozens of miracles from my family members. Just by reciting this psalm, my second sister was driving on a dark and rainy night when she suddenly lost control of her car and it started to slide off the road. At that moment, she remembered Psalm chapter 121 and started praying for God's protection. Miraculously, the car came to a stop just inches away from a steep cliff. As an undergraduate, one day I was walking alone in a sketchy neighborhood when a group of people started following me. I felt scared and vulnerable, but I remembered Psalm chapter 121 and started praying for God's protection. Suddenly, a police car drove by and the group scattered. I continued on my way, grateful for God's intervention. In another instance, I was on a local plane with my little son, when suddenly the plane started experiencing severe turbulence. It caused passengers to scream and panic. My son clung to me for protection, and then I remembered that I have a covenant with a supreme being and some words that connect us in dangerous situations. I closed my eyes and started reciting Psalm chapter 121, asking for God's protection and peace. Immediately, the turbulence subsided, and the plane landed safely. So, I encourage you to take a moment, find a quiet place, and meditate on Psalm chapter 121. Let its words resonate in your heart. Look out at the world around you, just like my grandma did, and remember that you are never alone. Each time you face a challenge, recite this song. Let it be your anchor and your guide. I promise you, with a heart full of faith, you will find the answers and protection you seek. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share your own experiences with Psalm chapter 121 in the comments below. Remember, meditation and faith can transform our lives, just as it did in my family. Thank you for watching, and may you always find peace in God's promises.